Get the latest on what's going on this earnings season, meets, beats, and more in Zach's Earnings Scorecard.
Well, there's one automaker that stands out this earnings season that Eric Dutram, our editor of Zach's Surprise Trader, wants us to know about. It's Tesla, right?
That's right. Tesla has definitely been in focus here over the last couple months. News of their Model 3 has been very well received by investors. If we look to the recent 6-month chart for Tesla, we can see that shares were outperforming the market for a good degree back in summer of 2015. But then, sort of coming into this year, a lot of weakness in some of these bigger name, higher profile stocks. We can see that shares almost lost about 30% in roughly a month's time. But, since that sort of bottom right there, nice move higher for Tesla shares. We've seen a big gain, in the last 2 or 3 months here. A little bit of sluggish trading here in the very recent time period. Most of this is thanks to the Model 3. It's really going to be the future of Tesla. It's sort of their lower price car. They've already received more than 250,000 pre-orders for the vehicle.
Wow.
So, it's definitely going to be
a lot of pre-orders.
It's a shocking amount. So, this is definitely going to be the kind of the focus for Tesla going forward. But 2017 is still a little bit ways away. So investors might want to look at some of the more pertinent and closer issues for Tesla in this upcoming earnings report when the company reports on Wednesday after the bell.
And what are those issues?
Well, their Model X and the Model S are really the main drivers for Tesla right now. The Model X had a little bit of issues in terms of products, in terms of parts.
Oh.
And so the deliveries were a little bit light. We saw about 2.4 thousand deliveries for the Model X in the last 3 months. This is a little bit below estimates. Tesla actually missed their Q1 delivery estimate, or they're expected to. They still are on track to meet their full year guidance of 80 to 90,000 cars, but a little bit lower expectations for this quarter. They did just reiterate that 80 to 90,000 number, so it does look like they're going to see strength throughout the year, but it'll be good to see them sort of get back on track in terms of total number of car deliveries. So that's going to be definitely an area to watch. The Model S has been a strong seller as well. We saw about almost 12,500 deliveries for that car in the quarter. So we'd like to see that sort of increase. This is actually a 50% increase over the previous year's first quarter. So some good numbers here. But, sort of with those issues I was talking about with the parts, analysts have sort of been ratcheting down their expectations. We can see their earnings ESP for Tesla is pretty negative right now. We can see a negative 422% reading on the earnings ESP, and that means the most accurate estimates have been sharply lower than the Zach's consensus estimate. Not really a great thing you want to see going into the earnings report, but Tesla's really a company that stands apart. The earnings haven't really impacted the company's stock price that much. If we look to some of their recent trends when it comes to earnings, we can see that the company, has missed quite a bit over the last 3 or 4 years here, including some big misses, both in the last 2 reports, but hasn't really impacted the stock that much. We can see that it has been an absolute great performer when it comes to its price performance, and even this most recent miss, it actually, took off right after that. So this is a company where the actual earnings number might not be as important as some of their, future predictions in terms of their Model 3 and their other new initiatives like the Gigafactory. So this is an area to watch, more for the future and not so much the actual earnings number. It's going to be important to see Tesla go cash flow positive this year, so any guidance on that number will also be, much anticipated by investors. But, definitely going to be a risky stock going into earnings, but it's really all about the guidance with Tesla.
And they report Wednesday, May 4th?
Yes.
You said? All right, thanks for that. More earnings information, stories on individual companies, commentary, all for your review on Zacks.com. Get on over to the homepage, link to it all from there. With Eric, I'm Terry Ruffalo.